the end of the day, Monday morning, good evening. Didn't know if I was going to do it today. Reminded that I hadn't done it with a phone call with my wife. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm missing something. Just came back from Wales. Was in Wales for 2 days. Lovely. It was an area. Haven't been there for years. It's called near the Dovey Estuary or the Dovey River, and the weather was so bad. We went to one of my favourite places, Aberdyfi, which is on the coastline, not far from Barmouth, and wind was howling, very dramatic skylines. Forgotten how much I like taking photographs, so I started taking black and white pictures on the beach with these dramatic skies. Lovely. My wife did all of the food. Didn't eat any much local food. With my wheat allergies, it's probably best I didn't. Anyway, it was lovely. I mean, I went to a place called Corris, which is not far from Machynlleth and Dolgellau, and went to a place I haven't been to for a long time. In Corris, there's a boat that goes into the mountain, into a mine, and in the mine they told the story of King Arthur, and really inspired me actually to come back and do a lot more research into lots of things that I'd forgotten about, and the history of the Celts, and also was interested in Druidic history and folklore and things like that. I wasn't sure if God was too happy with me looking at some of these books in the gift shop, because even though it was cold and it was raining, somehow a wasp had found me and chased me around the shop and took me away from the pagan books. Anyway, we survived the storm, wanting to come back to Birmingham, and it's been pretty stormy today and very windy. Anyway, just did my last trip possibly of the evening, where I picked up these two Romanian women with their daughter, or with their son I think, and it's funny, there seems to be quite a community of Romanians in Birmingham, and I've always known them to be very outspoken and have very interesting chats with them. So I picked them up at the hospital, and this new hospital that they've just built in near Albury, I think, and I'd misunderstood what they were saying. I thought it was a baby that wasn't well and was vomiting for 6 months. It turned out it was the girl who was sitting in the front. She was staring at me for quite a while actually. I think they were so surprised that they had to ask me where I was from, and they hadn't heard of Wales before. So I had to go through explaining that the UK is made up of different countries. They said, what language do you speak then? I said, Welsh. And they said, really? Anyway, turned out it was the girl that was unwell, and she'd been vomiting for 6 months. Not been in pain, no temperature. Asking me, so what do you think is the problem? So I'd asked them if they'd been out of the country. No, hadn't been out of the country for a year. Do you have any food allergies? And then there was a voice from the back who said she likes McDonald's. I said, well, there's your problem then. It was one of the last things I said to her. I said, maybe someone can tell me what this means. I said to her, what's goodbye in Romanian? And she kept saying popo. So I'm not sure. I've always found that Romanian people I've met have a wicked sense of humour. So I'm really surprised I was saying something else. And when I was saying popo, she was replying kissy. I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, just heading into the city centre. Supposed to be maybe a couple more jobs for the evening. Took this morning off, to be honest. I've been doing all that driving over the last few days. Anyway, got lots of questions to look up because I really enjoyed going to a craft shop in the forest where they made pottery, and so I'm looking forward to seeing if I can learn some crafts. I want to learn about traditional Welsh crafts and history, so see how that goes.